Hi guys, welcome to the first ever Creative Monday. I am so excited that this segment is a part of my channel now because I have been in love with writing ever since I was a young girl, and to be able to share that with you guys means the absolute world to me. I thought that I would start off the Creative Mondays with a bang and talk about my favorite concept that has to do with writing and editing and all that good stuff. Basically what this concept is called is the backpacker's dilemma. It needs to be a tool in every writer's toolbox, and so you can use it and make sure that your writing is top-notch. So kind of like close your eyes and imagine this. You are a hiker and your hiking trail, the very end of your destination is 10 miles? Is that a long? Well, it's a long amount, okay? But you have this backpack, and what you put in this backpack is very important. You can choose to bring too much, but that will make your backpack very, very heavy and you won't be able to finish your journey. But if you don't pack enough, then there won't be enough to let you survive. Like, you won't have your flashlight, you won't have your water, you won't have your map, you will just be losing out on all these essentials that you need to survive this trip. And if you haven't realized, you are the hiker, and the backpack is your story. And so what you put in your backpack is all the parts of your story that make it complete. So the essential parts of your stories are like your characters, your world building, your setting, things like that. And you do want to take those with you on your journey to the end of your hiking trail. But what a lot of writers have problems with is that they overstuff their backpack with non-essential parts. So I saw that the backpacker's dilemma was particularly prevalent in this one story that I read maybe years ago. And what happened was that I was reading it and the author kept describing what the protagonist was eating and sleeping in basically every chapter. And that's fine if the entire story is about eating and sleeping, but the story itself was kind of geared towards romance and adventure, action sort of stuff, but a lot of the story didn't focus on that, and so I ended up not finishing the story because I wasn't engaged with it. And that's what I mean by the story having a lot of non-essential parts to it. I would say that this sort of mindset comes into play in a lot of romance or dialogue-driven novels, or maybe a lot of inexperienced writing in general, because what happens is that the writer will somewhat hide behind their inexperience by providing sort of like feisty scenes to kind of amp up the story, but in the end the reader is going to realize that the story isn't as complete as it needs to be. So basically what we can do is that we can look at every chapter, every scene that we've written, and ask ourselves, is this absolutely necessary? Does this move the story forward in any way? Does the character get developed in any way? Does it show a new aspect of the story that we weren't necessarily anticipating? Or does it provide new information about the problem at hand? If it doesn't do any of those things, then I would suggest that you cut it out, because every single part of a story, every word that you put in is absolutely intentional and with purpose. And so if that doesn't do anything for your story, if it's not integral to it, then take it out. If you don't take out that overpacking, those non-essentials, that tends to lead to a lot of one-dimensional characters that lead to stereotypes. And so the reader is going to come in and be like, this character does not seem as if she would be or he would be a real person in real life, and thus I cannot relate to them. They're going to be disengaged and your story is kind of going to suffer. So if you only include the very essentials to your story, then that's going to help in the long run. So I know it hurts to cut out entire chapters, entire paragraphs. Like, it physically hurts me sometimes to cut out an entire scene, but if that's better for your story in the long run, then take care of your story and take care of your readers, and they're going to thank you in the very end for a very impressive novel and story. So that's basically it for now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or comment the last time that you had to cut out a favorite scene of yours. Tell me about your heartbreaks, because I can relate and I will be there for you. But that's about it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!